What comes to mind when you think about Call of Duty? Is it the good things like fun, action, and playing with friends? Or is it the bad things? Repetitive gameplay, same old, and super toxic public lobbies? Well, for me, I've been playing Call of Duty for years. I remember playing the original Modern Warfare way back in 2007, when multiplayer games were really starting to explode as the preferred way to play. I've pretty much played every single COD game in its heyday, skipping over only Modern Warfare 3, Ghosts, and Advanced Warfare. Now, I have played those games at some point, I just didn't really play them during their yearly cycle. As someone who's played these games for so long, some of you may ask yourself, how does he not get bored? Well, the easy answer to that is something I've discussed in my multiplayer map analysis videos. Dumb, quick action. Hey, what's good? Welcome to a special edition of Multiplayer Map Analysis. This video is special like my mom says I am because we're looking at a whole mode instead of just one map, and that mode is Face Off. Face Off is a 3v3 variant to the regular game modes that we all play and enjoy. You have your standard TDM, Domination, and Kill Confirmed. The rules of these games were changed just a little bit to accommodate the smaller play spaces. Kill Confirmed and Team Deathmatch, respectively, have their scores changed from 65 and 100 to 50, each with a 6-minute time limit. Domination had its score limit lowered to 100 instead of the regular 200, and this mode has no time limit and no halves. Another thing they changed about Domination is faster capture times. And thank God, regular capture times would have been a terrible idea. To top all of that off, another excellent thing they decided to do with this mode was disable score streaks. That means gun skill and map knowledge is at the forefront in this mode. Just to make sure, you should really remember to get rid of useless field upgrades like the SAM turret, because I definitely ran around with that while I could have been using stuff like the gas mine or the proximity mine. Now, as for the play spaces, instead of taking a page from Battlefield's book and just playing on smaller versions of the regular maps, they instead have 4 unique maps, albeit ones that were designed for gunfight. And to clear things up right now, I love gunfight and I think it's an awesome mode, although Face Off has stolen my heart like Sakura has to weebs everywhere. The 4 maps Face Off plays on are ICBM, KGB, Game Show, and U-BAHN. U-BAHN is probably my least favorite map of the 4, and that's not to say I hate it. In fact, U-Bomb is really interesting, and it can tailor to players who like to use longer range weapons like tac rifles and assault rifles. This map takes place in a subway station. It also has the most traditional setup of any of the maps in this mode. It has 3 lanes, the middle lane being the track of the train, and the outer 2 lanes being the sidewalks and train platforms. There are 2 train cars that can be accessed by players to try and make a quick move if you're getting clapped by someone looking on from one of the small access areas that lead to the platforms. There really isn't too much else to say about this map, as it's a very straightforward, linear, and symmetric map. I will say my favorite mode to play on this map, without a doubt, is Domination. It creates the perfect rotation around the map and focuses players into the middle area that most would avoid otherwise. Game Show is the next map we'll talk about. This map goes from being my least favorite to not my least favorite pretty regularly, but never really my favorite. It also isn't a terrible map, but I will say I'm not the biggest fan with the way the map flows. Generally, I find people gravitate towards the middle section that connects the 2 main areas of the map together. It has many paths to access. 1 from the stage area and 2 areas to vault from the left and right sides, and 2 access ways in the backstage area. This map is symmetrical, but doesn't have a standard lane structure. Sure, there are ways you can make this happen, but the main way this map is played is by focusing the main area, then working your way through the backstage area. My favorite mode to play on this map has to be Kill Confirmed, because this forces people to move around and not stick to cover of the structures. Well, if they want to win, that is, which, as we know with Kill Confirmed players, sometimes they don't want to do that. KGB is my second favorite map that the mode has to offer, and to be honest, it's a pretty close draw between my number 1 and number 2 spots. But anyway, KGB is a map that has so much oomph, so much flow, and so much fun that it reminds me of everything I love about first-person shooter games. This map has plenty of areas to flank others, if things are starting to get a little spicy, or if people are starting to get tunnel vision. This map has an interesting layout with a ground floor hallway on one side of the map, and a second floor area that gets a view of the whole map. The middle area of the map has a giant bookcase that's used to make sure no one can bushwhack each other right at spawn in the gunfight mode. I will say that this does allow for a nice separation of the middle section, so the player doesn't have to worry too much about the other people on the other side of the middle when they're trying to run across it or other things. Now, due to the map's frantic, exciting, and fun nature, my favorite game modes to play on this map, when this map pops up, are Kill Confirmed and Team Deathmatch, although Domination is still really fun too. This map usually ends up being a crazy flow between the ground floor hallway and the 2 staircases that leads to the upper area. Now, due to the process of elimination, my favorite map has to be ICBM, and man is that so true. This map is ridiculous. It basically is just a circle with 2 lower spots that serve as spawn points. From there you can either go up the slope surfaces and reach the top main circular area of the map, or you can go straight and go into a small condensed circle around the missile which the map is named for. Now, I love KGB because it has fast, frantic, and ridiculous gameplay, but ICBM takes that and turns it up to 11. I know I say that phrase a ton, but this map is just so great, man. It reminds me of Shipment, but with more verticality and more open space. On paper, that sounds like trash, right? But in practice, this map gets the blood pumping like nothing else can. Okay, so I talked about the maps and I talked about the mode. All in all, I hope they keep this mode in. I've preached that players love Call of Duty's quick, dumb action, and I feel like this mode has captured everything I enjoy about Call of Duty. Yes, I love FPS games of all kinds, but Call of Duty has always been the fast food of FPS games for me. It's always quick, always pretty good, and always there. Not to mention playing with friends. Oh man, this game is a blast to play with the bros. I usually play with 2 friends about once a week, and man is it incredible playing this mode with them. We yell, we scream, we but most importantly, we get dubs. I know that anything and everything is better with friends, but you really owe it to yourself to find 2 other people you know and try this mode out with them. It's so much fun, and I cannot stress that enough. I feel like I'm in middle school again doing a LAN party playing Halo while I'm hopped up on Mountain Dew. I talked about Doom 2016 striking a chord with me that caused me to sink hours and hours of my life into the mode. Face Off has done that for Black Ops Cold War with me. I enjoy the game, I really do, but just when Zombies has 1 map and regular multiplayer was starting to get stale for me, Face Off came out of the blue and treated me like the Shrek to my Fiona. Anyway, enough gushing about this mode and more shilling for subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed making this video because it meant that I got to play more Face Off. Leave a like if you also enjoy Face Off as much as I am, you know, kind of like how I'm K-pop scanning all over it, and leave a comment to let me know how you feel about the mode. I want them to add more maps, that's definitely number 1 for me. I also wouldn't be salty if they added more game types to the mode, such as headquarters, and maybe even a version to capture the flag. My name is Jonah Kragt, captain of the Cringe Club, and I wish everyone watching to have an amazing rest of your day.